Let's see. Okay. Alright, so we're here, and we're gonna go over the hunting horn, the attacks, and how the songs work. What's going on, Dark? Okay, so this is your basic one, okay? And this is a very basic set. If you're starting out, this is pretty easy to make. You can grind with this pretty good. And here's your skills that you're gonna have. Well, you're not gonna have that wide range skill, obviously. That's cool. Okay, so you're gonna have attack boost level 1. You're gonna have the health boost, critical eye, slugger, and maestro. Those are not bad skills to have. They're pretty good. Obviously you'd want more of them, but at low rank you really kind of just have to go with what you got. Okay, so starting off, if you just press triangle, you're not gonna play any songs, right? You're not gonna play a note. You're just gonna take out the weapon. And you'll notice, look, I'm kind of slow, right? It's not very good. So the first thing you want to play is a self-improvement. So you press triangle twice, and then you can play. Right? You press R2 and you play. And now I have my movement speed up. As you can see, it's pretty good. It's not bad. You can run around the monster like this pretty easily. You don't have to put away your weapon for a while. You can dodge, and you'll keep it. And since we have the Horn Maestro, it's going to stay on for a while. Now, if you play the same song, if you play it again, it says Deflected Attack Prevention. If you noticed, when I hit this barrel, I bounced. Right? Look. I bounced. That's a bounce right there. Now I'm going to play this Deflected Attack Prevention. Okay, did you see how I glow white right there? Pay attention to that for later. Now let's try again. See, I went right through that. Alright, and now this one, this tells you if you have Mind's Eye or not. That's what this barrel is for. So let's see. I went right through it. This is an example of like the hardest armor a monster can have. I went right through that. Okay, it didn't bother this horn at all. This is a weak horn, right? I have yellow sharpness. It's a, you know, it's a very low tier weapon, but just playing 2 songs, I can do it. I can hit wherever I want on the monster. I mean, it might not be as effective, but I'm not going to bounce. And what's important about that, that means my notes won't bounce. And if my notes won't bounce, then I can play my songs more often. And I think that's why it has that. Or every horn has that. Okay, so now that we know how to play a song, I'm going to show you how to make it easier or faster to play that song. So we have self-improvement, right? We have triangle, triangle. And since it's already up, and you'll see above my health bar, I have a singular note and then a double note. What that means is my songs that I played are in effect. When it disappears, that means they're no longer in effect. Okay, so if you play a song and then you press R2 after it turns purple, you will play that song again for free, right, without pressing any buttons. So I'm going to play, it's going to turn purple. And then I can play it again by pressing R2. Okay, so I didn't have to press triangle, triangle again. It just played, right? And then I pressed R2 and it played again. Now what you can do with songs, you can stack 3 at a time. So you see in the top right, you're going to see the notes that you have. I have white, red, and blue, which is triangle, circle, and then triangle and circle put together respectively. And I can see all the songs that I can play. So I can play Attack Up Small, Scout Fly Power Up, Muck Resistance, Environmental Damage Negated, and Earplugs. Okay, so I'm going to see how those songs chain together. So it's like seeing a pattern and seeing them chain together. I can see right now that Earplugs, which is something I want, is triangle, triangle and circle, triangle and circle, then circle and triangle, right? If you saw there, I played, it's called like a, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a secret note. If you're pressing forward and circle, you swing the hammer around, the horn around twice, and on the second swing you can play a note, and it plays it for free without doing the motion. And I'll try to get, I did it out of habit, but I'll try to get into that. So I have the white note. So I know my attack up small starts with white, and I already have it played, so I only need to play the circle note, right? And I'll show you what I mean. Here's a circle. I'm gonna play circle by itself. I'm not gonna press anything extra. If you hold forward, see I did 2 attacks. On the second time I do that attack, if I press another input, it's gonna record it, right? So let's say I want to get into my third song, and the third song I want is like muck resistance, right? So I'm gonna play forward and circle. I'm gonna do 2 swings. On the second swing, I'm gonna press triangle and circle together, and it's going to give me that note. You see how it gave me that note? And I didn't do the pound. Now all I have to do is do that again, press circle, and then press the triangle and circle, and I'll have muck resistance for only playing 2 notes. So now I have all my songs. So what I can do, I can let all my songs play out, and then I'm going to press R2, and I can have double of those songs. Okay, see how it says extended? When a song says extended, that means you're not getting a bigger version of it, right? The attack up small, I believe it does give you a stronger version of it. Well, let me check. Right, it gave me attack up large. Right, so I believe my attack was around 520. So I'm at 609, right? So if I eat Might Seed, I'm at 651. Okay, that's pretty significant. So you do want to pay attention to things like that. So that means if you're in a team, you're multiplying everything by 4, right? So you're playing your song, it affects 4 people. By yourself, that's good, and it'll affect your cat as well, right? So you have your cat there. If you play a song next to your cat, cat's gonna get buffed. Watch, I'll show you that. There, see how the the cat got the buff? So now your damage is increased, and so what do you do when all your songs are playing, right? The attacks you want to do, mostly if your weapon doesn't have an element, is this one, the triangle and circle. It combos together, and it moves you back a little bit. So if you do that, and you're right in the monster's face, now you're backed up a little bit. You can dodge. Excuse me. So now you can maneuver and position as you want. If you do that, and you can roll out of every single attack. Now let's say your weapon has an element. You want to be doing something like this because you're going to hit more often. And then you can sneak in your notes as you do it. That's kind of how I treat my blast weapons. But since this one doesn't really doesn't have an element on it, I'd probably just go for KOs, and you're gonna get them. I promise you, you're gonna get them, and it's not gonna disappoint you. Okay, and something I also want to cover is when you are playing songs. And you KO the monster, right? The monster's down, and you have 3 songs ready to go. You know, just play them, because you're gonna hit. You're gonna hit hard. The monster's not gonna like when you're playing the songs. And then you do your encore, and you get a lot more hits. Okay, I have somewhat of a theory. Is when you're going white like that, you're kind of like flinch proof, because I've dodged some roars doing that, and I wish I had the footage, and I kind of want to test it on this bomb right here to see how good it works. So before I do that, I'm gonna go over into the aerial game, which unfortunately it doesn't. There's no real good aerial game to this weapon. It's pretty much a ground and pound kind of weapon. So while you're running, you can do this. You can do just like a regular hit, and then you can start your song. And I wouldn't do this because you press R2, you start your song, right? And you see that delay? There's a lot of disadvantage to doing that. Because not only are you not hitting the monster with your horn while you're playing the song, you're kind of stuck there in the air until you start playing your song. Right? You're not hitting anything as you play it. You're just playing the song. That's really not something you want to do. You're gonna get hit if you do that. Just don't. Just use the triangle for mounting because it has pretty decent mounting damage. Kind of like the hammer, but not as powerful. Now let's say, how about sliding? You say, oh, maybe sliding is a little better. It's pretty much the same. So you kind of don't want to be sliding. And I'll show you. Right, you have your basic jumping. That one's fine. You can play a song right after if you feel, kind of brave. But you have to realize the only thing you can't dodge out of is when you're playing a song. You kind of have to give it a second before you can dodge, and if you dodge too early, you're not going to play the song, and then you're just going to have to play all those notes again. So you can really be hurting yourself more than helping yourself. So we'll get into how the song plays, right? Hold on. Like that. See how I just wasted the notes? I wasted that song by dodging too early out of it. Yeah, it's very similar. I kind of don't like it. So if you're just sliding, you really just want to press you don't want to press performance because look, I kind of stopped. So you kind of want to if you're sliding, you want to press X so you jump in the air. You can press X and then you can come down with it, or you can just press triangle and you can jump and come down with it. Yeah, that's pretty much your best bet. The slinger is going to be the same. So I'm going to try now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this. And this will be the ending of my beginner hunting horn. Okay? So thanks for watching. And now I'm gonna practice some stuff.